Welcome to our free video series on staying focused and getting rid of frustration at work, brought to you by Schedule Focus. I'm your host, Mac. We all know people who are super productive, but what is their secret? How do they manage to create such outstanding results, especially compared to their peers? There's a lot to unpack there, but to start, we're going to look at two writers, George R.R. Martin and Stephen King. Martin and King have been professional writers for about the same length of time, but King has been staggeringly more productive. In 2016, when King and Martin were on stage together for an event, Martin was able to ask,
"How the f*** do you write so many books so fast?" I think, I've had a really good 6 months. I've written 3 chapters, and you've finished 3 books in that time.
The way that I work, I try to get out there and I try to get 6 pages a day. When I'm working, I work every day, 3-4 hours, and I try to get those 6 pages and I try to get them fairly clean.
And you do hit 6 pages a day?
I usually do.
You don't ever have a day where you sit down there and it's like constipation and you write a sentence and you hate the sentence and
okay.
you check your email and you wonder if you had any talent after all, and maybe you should have been a plumber. Don't you have days like that?
No, I mean, there's real life. You know, I can be working away and something comes up, and you have to basically get up and you have to go to see the doctor, or you have to take somebody care package, or you have to go to the post office, because whatever. But mostly I try to get the 6 pages in, although entropy tries to intervene.
The key difference between George R.R. Martin and Stephen King when it comes to their productivity is that King has been able to construct a working environment that keeps that entropy at arm's length. As King says, there are always times when life intervenes, but the key to productivity is having long stretches of uninterrupted time to actually do the work. Notice that King doesn't agree with Martin that the productivity difference is about talent. For King, the difference is about having a better process. And the good news about that is, whether you are a great writer like Stephen King or not, you can create a process that keeps you focused and productive. So, how bad are interruptions really when it comes to being productive at work? And are there different kinds of interruptions that we can manage differently? And what can you do when you have so much work that your work interrupts your other work? We'll answer these questions and more in the next videos in this series.